y'all, it's Michelle from Monkey's Creations. Come on in. Just gonna pull you up. Let me silence that. Ooh, we just had some storms come through, y'all. So we've got a break in between them. So I was like, well, let me hurry up and try to do this wreath before those storms come back through. Good afternoon. Oh, you're doing a pink one? Girl. This one will probably be a one and done for me. I'm not going to lie. I was like, oh my God, that's too many petals. But I mean, it's not like I haven't done a lot of petals on one wreath before. But this one was just like, oh. Hello, y'all. So, we are doing the Star Trek petal. I have never done it before until today. So this will probably be a one and done because it takes a lot of mesh to do this thing. So I am doing it on the small board. So as you can see, I have loaded. I'm doing it. Look, the VIP, they kind of challenged me. I kept saying, I want to do it. And they're like, okay, you need to do it. So I took it as a challenge, and I never turned down a challenge, y'all. So I'm doing it for the VIP group. But this is how I've set up the board so far. Now I am going to put another zip tie here, but it was such a large gap that I didn't want to do it until I got to that point. So every set and every shared set has a zip tie and is going to get 1 or 2 petals. Okay? Because I've never done one before, we're winging it, y'all. Y'all know how I work. So we are using, of course, the red, white, and blue. I was going to do this in poly burlap, but poly burlap's expensive. And that was a lot of money. So I was like, we're just going to do it with regular decomesh. But I have so I heat sealed 6 rolls of mesh this morning, y'all. I did a red, white, and blue poly burlap, and I did a red, white, and blue decomesh. And then I folded a bunch of petals. You love it? Challenge was accepted. The gauntlet was thrown down. So, I've kind of marked, we're doing my traditional, y'all know, I love Patriotic, and I always do the blue in the upper left-hand corner when you're looking at it, okay? So just like the flag, the blue and stars are over here in the upper left-hand corner, and then we're going to do the red and white the rest of the way, okay? So let me bring you down, and I will show you this petal. So I have cut these 10 by 10. Now I did heat seal them. So that took a little bit of time as well. And nope, I didn't add any holes. I don't like to add holes so that, you know, some of y'all who don't have the ability to add extra holes know it can be done without doing that. So I try anyway. You wouldn't let me. I know, Dana. So these are 10 by 10. Now I didn't have a regular red decomesh, so I've got the heavily fold, but I love it, and I think it gives a contrast to the others. So that's what we're doing. So 10 by 10, curl side up. And I'm still going with this petal. It doesn't really matter, but it's a good idea to just get in the habit of the surged edge, upper left, bottom right. Okay. So then I'm just going to take this edge and we're going to bring it to this edge. Okay. So just like that. And we're going to try to line up these edges as best we can. You're not going to see them, y'all, so don't get hung up on getting them perfect. Okay, so just like that. And then we're going to take and go left to right all the way over. So this corner is going to go to this corner. Okay, so just like that. So that's what we have. So now you can see why they call it the Star Trek petal. Now from here you can do it two ways. Either you can just take this over and do it that way. But I took an imaginary line and I scrunched it right there in the middle. And then I just bring them together just like that. And there is your Star Trek petal. Okay. Now you do not need all of this mesh, so I cut a chunk of it off, and I really should have brought something in here. Okay. And then just take your band and band it together. Okay, just like that. So that's a small petal, so you know we need a lot of them, y'all. I did it. All right, so we will make some more throughout this thing because I have a feeling I'm going to need a bunch. And then this is the senna we're going to use. So it is the plain rope senna, but it's, I love it. Kind of has a shiny effect. So this is what we're going to use in the senna, and it is available on my website at monkeyscreations.com. Okay, so our imaginary line, this is going to be blue. So I'm just going to start with the blue, and let's get a bunch up here. Now I'm thinking we're just going to need one in each because these holes, your last one was 104. Holy man. Whew. So these holes are closer together, so I'm thinking we're only going to need one petal per, but that may change as I start to load them because, like I said, this is my first time doing this type of wreath, okay? So you might have to bear with me today. All right, so I'm just going to start right here at the top, and we're going to start loading, y'all. Large board. Well, I was smart. I'm using the small board. Hello, hello. Thanks for floating my boat. I appreciate it. So I'm just trying to make sure that they're pretty lined up as we go. You share my pain? Somebody needs to. But I think it's going to look amazing when I get it done. Thanks for floating. Hello, hello. This petal, Karen, this petal. There's just a lot of them. And you need a lot of mesh. I know Amy is. Lynn, you better stop. This girl, I had the large board out, and I was like, this girl's out. We're going with the small one. I'll show you in just a minute, Richard. I'm doing it, Amy. It's all the VIP's fault. Right, Stacy? Is jumping in and enjoy the... Oh. So y'all, I'm not even going to tell you how I did this. The bee and ladybug kit are back in stock. Because I'm a goober. I'm a goober. So I had ordered a bunch, and I'm going through and I'm putting all the kits together, and I'm like, why do I have so many supplies left for this kit? And so I go hunting, and when I got the vinyls, they were in different packs. So I found 2 other packs of the ladybug and the bee. So yeah, those are back in stock. So go buy those kits, because I'm a goober. I'm a goober. All right, so now I'm gonna, I need one more blue to complete that row, to get my exact line. Oh, yay! Amy's gonna do the lily petal. Lynn, stop it. That's where they were. Does it say gooba? All right. So now let me clip these off, because y'all, there's a lot of zip ties on here and it's bugging me already. So then what I'm thinking, because we have a white senna, right? So hold on. So white, red, white, red. That way white's not sitting on white. Okay? So white, red, and then our white senna. So remind me. Let me just write it on there. That's the good thing about these boards. Oh, I don't have a Sharpie. Is you can write on them and nobody will ever see it. I don't have a Sharpie right here. So, what did I say? So, we need a white. So, let me show you again how to do. And I'm going to show you a bunch throughout this live. Because this is one I've never done before. So, I want to make sure that y'all know how to do it. So, 10 by 10. Curl side up. Diamond shape. Bring corner to corner. Okay. Try to line them up. Doesn't have to be perfect. Lynn, we're going to have a problem, girlfriend. Stop throwing me under the bus. You're going to bring this corner to this corner. Just like that. Okay, and then I'm scrunching right here in the middle. And then just bring in our edges to the side. Now I was kind of playing with this petal while I was making them. But isn't that actually kind of cool? Like, what could I do with something like that? A peacock feather, or so, I don't know. I was just all over the place this morning. I was going to use poly burlap, but the more I realized I was going to need, the more I realized it was going to be a whole lot of money. It looks like a fish. So then I switched it to poly burlap. So I heat sealed 6 rolls of mesh this morning. You're in the mood? Girl, you better get out of that mood. And then you can clip it or you can band it. And then just push it in. And there you go. Yeah, and I have no number on the amount we're going to use yet. So you'll just have to hang with me. All right, so we're doing white. Let me make sure. White, red, yes. So white. Still trying to make sure we're the same all the way around. Yep, 6 rolls. Grab some more white. And this whole row, I'm thinking, is going to be white. You could alternate the red and white if you wanted. Totally up to you. It's always Dana's fault. You don't need to heat seal. I just get in the habit of heat sealing a lot of things. But with this one, you do not need to heat seal it for sure. You like it? You tried to alternate, but exactly, Amy. That's why I was like, I couldn't get them in my head. I'm playing with it and trying to plan it out, and I just couldn't. I was like, we're just going row by row. Oh, you found your sign? Did you find it on Etsy? Half of a 10 by 10 won't work. And I did try that. And it actually does work. But you would still have to double up your mesh. Because the white, this regular decomesh is so see-through. But it actually does work. I tried it. But you still need to double it up. So you might as well just use a whole piece. Hello, hello. I did not add extra holes, and I did that on purpose because I want to figure out how you can do it without adding extra holes for those that have no way to add extra holes. I used a 1/2 4-inch ball. Did you make one like this? Hello, hello. You caught me live from Independence, Kansas. Awesome. Some more white. Holy man, this is a lot of mesh, y'all. I guess I should have done a whole row of this before I came live, but look, if I have to do this wreath, y'all gonna watch me from start to finish. Or you can watch the replay and fast forward. Right? You're gonna see every bit of it. Oh, I was cussing you, Amy and Judy. I was cussing y'all this morning. Bad. I was just like, what have I gotten myself into? But then I had a customer, she sent me a picture with this petal, and I was like, and this was last week, I was like, I'm actually going to be making one this week. So I'm sure I will. Right now, I'm still cussing you in my head. No, honestly, it's not as bad. I mean, if you can do the lolly petal, because y'all know those take a lot too, then you can do this one. It's not really that bad. I'm just exaggerating. I'm just being a little extra. I'll go back through and probably cut those bands off because you can see them from the other side and I don't like that. This is the small board. And I do have the small stars that I will figure out how to get them on that blue. No, I'm not sure. It actually looks pretty cool on the screen. You just started? just throw it in now. Now that ships are cruising, when you go on a cruise, I don't know. I'm more of an all-inclusive. I would rather fly somewhere and just stay there rather than cruise. I have cruised, and I mean, it was okay. But I love the all-inclusives where you can just go, stay, do what you want, come back when you want, not have to worry about missing the boat. Oh, that one's wonky. I can see it. Sandra, this is my first time doing it as well. So, I challenge you next. All right, I need 2 more whites to finish that row. Oh, no, I need 1 more. I know, and I seen a TikTok the other day, and these people were booking it. They were running down. The boat was getting ready to leave, and the kids took off, and poor mama was still struggling, trying to get to the boat. I was dying laughing. All right, 10 by 10, diamond shape, corner to corner. Okay. Left to right. Now, if you want to make it easier on yourself, just bring it over again, just like that, and you can use it that way. But I'm going to scrunch it in the middle, because look, if I'm going to do it, I'm just going to do it, right? Just like that. Cut it. I'm just putting this right on the board, otherwise I band them. Okay. Whew. Row 1 is down and done. Well, welcome. Your first live. I appreciate you being here. I just kind of pulled that to make sure it wasn't going to come out. Yep, every set of holes and shared holes will be used on this dang flyer. And you kind of have to, because these petals are so small that you need a lot of them. Okay, so let's start with the blue. And here's where I'll show you once we get there. This is the Star Trek petal. All right, so I'm thinking, yep, You can put as many as you want in each zip tie. So we've got a long way to go here. Let's see. And I'm going to put 2 because that's such a big gap. I am putting 2 in each one of them. So it was easier just to leave this one open. Okay, they're not coming out, so we are good. Okay. Okay, so we're going back to 1. And then we're going to 2. So you can kind of see why I left these zip ties out, because it was just going to be a little bit easier. Stacy, I cut 3 rolls. I cut 1 whole roll of the red, white, and blue. So I don't know how many we're going to need until I get it done. And then we'll go over the numbers. Okay, so 2. Yeah, and you can. I mean, if I wasn't doing this live, I would have drilled extra holes for sure, because I think it would be easier. But a lot of people don't have a way to add extra holes. So I wanted to make sure that it could be done by anybody without altering the board. So as you can see, it can be done so far. Okay, and then we're going to be 1. I will be at Crafters Convention this year. Yes, ma'am. I haven't missed a year yet, so I was like, I gotta go. I've been every year since he started it. Okay, so now we're gonna do red. And this red is a little bit different. It is the heavily fold, and I love how it adds different texture to the wreath. It's starting to come to life, y'all. Yes, definitely find me. Don't be afraid to come up. I promise you. Because all we see is a little picture, so we really have no idea what you look like. So come up to us. We never mind. I promise you. Am I near Uvalde? I am just south of Houston. I'm right in between Houston and Galveston. And if you want, on this bigger gap, you can run a thing of hot glue over it if it makes you feel a little bit better. But I tugged on them, and they're not going anyway. Now, of course, if I went and just yanked, yeah, it would come out. But I am going. I wasn't going to go, but I decided to go. No, the small board does not have the extra holes on row 2. We will meet, I promise. One. Hello, hello. So this will be a one and done. So whoever decides to purchase it will get an original that will never be replicated. Oh my God. Oops, I was pulling on the wrong zip tie there. That one kind of got a curve. One. I am getting that exercise. My forearm's really strong. But see, right here would be a perfect place to add those extra holes. And really, that's about the only place you need to add extra ones, because the other ones are close enough that you don't need to. Nope, this is the small board. But because there is such a big gap in this one, if by some miracle I was to do another one, I would definitely add the holes. And you can do that just with your wood burner, y'all. It's really easy, I promise. Dana wants you to say full. Oh. Stop it. I don't think y'all a bit funny. You were shoveling mulch? Girl. You did an amazing job. That's for sure. It looks awesome. The small board does. Oh, it does, Tina? Yeah, these are, because I don't use many of the small boards. So I'm sure these are probably the originals. So Tina is saying that the newer boards do have that hole there. So that would be perfect. I've got an old board, y'all. See, I didn't know that. This one in a little bit more. There we go. What is the trick to the lolly petal? I love you too, Dana. Oh, remind me, Amy, after, and I'll go over the lolly petal. But actually, I despise the lolly petal as much as I do the Star Trek petal. No, I never use the small boards. All right, last set of red. What I don't like, and I almost actually want to put 3 in that because I don't like this gap. Do you see what I'm talking about? And so I almost want to put 3 in that big section, in this one right here. I actually want to put 3, and I may go back and do that because y'all, you would do the Star Trek before the lolly? I don't like either of them, so. But let's see what it looks like with 3, because I'm thinking 3. But see, well, then they're going to be smushed. But actually, I like it kind of smushed. Yeah, the thigh gap. I don't like the thigh gap. What do y'all think? I won't cut the bands on these. I'll just cut the bands on the outside rows. I think I like it with the 3. She likes smushed. Okay, why isn't it? Okay, what's going on here? What's going on? What in the ever-loving... There we go. I think 3 in each of those would be perfect. And I am going to go back and fix that on all of these because I don't want to have to dig underneath the petals once I get the rest of them in. So I am going to go back and fix that right now. Before we get ahead of ourselves. Where was that? Right here. So let's add one more. I put one in every one on the outside. But I like that it doesn't leave that gap, because I did not like that gap. Awesome, Deborah. So you can tell I'm thinking because I'm quiet, y'all. I'm quiet. Where'd that go? There it is. And I may, yeah, I don't know. I may go back and double up the outside. I don't know. I won't do that live though. That's what I was thinking, but wouldn't the next set cover the gap? I don't think it would. Because right there would be the gap. But see, you can still kind of see. One, two, one, two, one, two, three. I don't know. It may have. Am I just overthinking it? I may just be overthinking it, y'all. Y'all, I have the old board, so there is no shared hole on this row. How long it took me to put mine right, I'm sure, because Amy's the pro at these. I'm not. This is my one and done. I don't know why I took those out, but I did. Whew, I'm sweating. Okay. Whew. Oh my God. And see, I don't notice it so much on the blue. I guess it's because the contrast with the red and white, it really stood out. This would be an amazing spinner, but it's not coming from me. All right, so let's go back to the blue. And here in this row, they're close enough. Let me get this one in and I will turn the board over. You never had a problem making your Star Trek showing in between? Huh, I don't know. So here, because these are closer together, we're able to just put one in each of those. You saw what I was talking about, right? To make it flow better. Oh, it flows just fine. It flows just fine. Let's see, let's see. Oh, that's why yours had 104. Holy man. All right, one more blue. I gotta take my glasses off. I'm sweating so much. All right, so now we're back to the red. No, I'm lying. White. This is white on this row. So we're going to have to make all these petals. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11 petals. So let's get that out of the way. And let's make 11 petals, y'all. Holy man. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Are you serious? I'm gonna have to open one more row to get one petal. What? All right, maybe I just miscounted. All right, so let's whip these out. Let's open these up. I'm not having fun yet. Are you? Y'all having fun watching me sweat? I just did one roll of each color. Because I didn't know, and I didn't even want to try to figure that out. Sometimes it's just easier to put it together and then count. Oh, yeah, thank you. I love you. You just made my day. You just made my day. These rubber bands are just the Dollar Tree hair bands. Somebody needs to find a trick to these. Like come up with some gizmo that you can just put it in and it automatically bands it. Right? Who's going to do it? Somebody needs to do it. Are there any petals you can make? Ooh, 5.5 inch. 5.5 inch. I mean, you could still make just about any petal. You just have to square it. So if you have 5.5 inch mesh, you would cut it at 5.5 inches. Just so it's square. And then you could make any petal from there. Carol, go tell Lori to come up with something like that. She's the inventor. Thanks for the stars. I'm trying to make these as quick as I can. So I have to do laundry. Yes, like a pick machine, but something you can just beep and the band gets on there. Somebody needs to come up with it. But I want some royalties, or you have to send me one free. I'll be the guinea pig. Use a wide tooth comb and put the bands on the teeth of the comb. But that's not automatic. I need an automatic. My shirt is comfy. I love comfy. Look, y'all, I work from home. I won't show you what bottoms I have on, okay? Yes, like an electric stapler. To make the no, a machine that you can just put the petal in and it automatically puts the rubber band on it. Silly. Oh my gosh, we've been live an hour already, y'all. But that's what happens when you wing it. Right, Amy? Judy, you ain't right. But now that you say that, I wonder if a stapler would work. But then you got to ruin the staples will rust. So yeah, we just need to stick with the rubber bands because you don't want rust all over your white mesh, right? They have a stapler together, tuck the back. Really? See, y'all getting me thinking. So what'd y'all get at Scott's sale yesterday? Anything good? I never did get on there, y'all. I was good. Makes me twitch that people use staples. Yeah. And as soon as I said that, I was like, no, bad idea, because then you got to worry about rust. And so, yeah, I wouldn't do that. Have you done a rose? Yeah, I've done a rose. You're not talking about Scott's sale? Yeah, I've actually done several roses. I just don't care for them. Not that I don't care for them. I don't enjoy making them. So I've made a couple just to have on my YouTube channel. But I just don't care to make them. Although that's what got me started on the Unique in the Creek boards, was a daggone rose. Yeah, like a stapler loaded with rubber bands. That's exactly what I want. Somebody come up with it now, because my fingers will love you long, long time. Because my hands are really hurting right now. Okay, but this is the last one. But I think I'm going to need more of the other colors, unfortunately. All right, but let's get this one done. Okay, white. One in each. There you go, Stacy. You would have clipped them? Yeah, you could definitely clip them. I mean, if I wasn't live, I would just make them and put them directly in. I don't clip them or band them when I'm making orders. I only do it for y'all. I do not spray my wreaths. I don't. If you do, I mean, you need to make sure you use a non-yellowing Stila, like Krylon or something like that. But you have to really be careful because a lot of them can cause your wreaths to yellow. See, the rose, I didn't find intimidating at all. I just didn't care for them. But I did red outer. I love so much that petal. Yeah. Well, I knew I wanted to use this gorgeous white senna. So that's why I didn't want white on white. Because I had originally was going to put red on the outside, white, red. But I couldn't have white on white. So I switched it up. But I do have that same thing in red. So, but reds are so hard to match up that if it's not almost the exact same red, it would have been not so good. But white's pretty easy usually. Two more. Gosh darn it. See, I miscounted, y'all. Unless anybody else sees another white. Oh, it's right there. See, this petal got me losing my mind. Use pliers like that to put the bands on the kids' braces. But that, yeah, you're right. But those, I think, only wrap around once, whereas these you have to go a couple times. That's the only thing. Y'all, I need to get this out of my way. Do you see what I'm saying? Okay. We're almost there, y'all. I think this is the longest live I've done in a while. Maybe use the dental bands with the dental. Maybe. I don't know. So one of y'all try it and let me know how it works. All right. So we need 1, 2, 3 blues. And I only have one. So we need to make... Get that out of the way. I don't know anything about the braces or the dental bands. All right, we need 1, 2 more blues, y'all. Y'all, we're almost going to use all 3 rows of mesh. Oh God, stop. Oh my God. All right, 3. Oh my God, Lynn actually knows what it is. Boards. Can you tell me what size flower the middle board makes? I couldn't tell you. It's definitely smaller than this board that I'm using. That much I do know. I think on the Irish Made Crafts board, I think I've only used it once, and that's when it first came out. Did I use it again? I think I've only, I don't remember, y'all. Oh, that one looks wonky. Hold on. There we go. Oh, did I only need 2? See, y'all got to keep me straight. Oh no. I think I did now that you said that. Yeah, I did. I just wanted to make an extra one for good measure. Phone is going off. It's a good thing y'all can't hear that. Okay, and then the rest are red. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 red. And I've got 3, so we have to make 2 more. And then I'm taking the rest of the day off, y'all. Oh my God. Oh, I need to, yeah, 1 more. Oh, that went by too fast, Gail. You just got the package? Yay! Huh. I actually almost want to put 2 in each of these. I don't know. Let's get the 2 more in there. Can you see why? Because it shows in between that. But that'll be an easy fix. So let's just get these last 2 in. Oh, okay, the middle board. So yeah, you can definitely use the Irish Made Crafts. It is smaller. It is. Those rope. I mean, it's hard to get good pictures of my Sennas. I mean, they're always prettier in person. Did y'all see what I just did? See, my hands are starting to cramp. But this red makes a pretty fold. You can tell it definitely folds easier too. Okay. Thank y'all for hanging out with me. I know this was a long live, but when you're winging it on something like this, you just have to go with the flow. You love long lives, that way you don't have to clean? That way you don't have to clean for an hour or two? Because of it's called the Star Trek because of the way the petal is folded. Who says I clean? All right, I will definitely go in and double up those petals, because I don't think our senna, no, it's not. So this is the senna I'm using. So I'm just gonna put it in two. Grab it. There we go. So see how you can just see right down in there? I don't like that. So I will double up those red just like we did this row. Yeah, so that middle row will have 2 petals. And I think I really only notice it because it is the red sitting on the white. So it definitely brings it out a little bit more than it probably would normally. because on the blue you can't tell. Right? Sometimes we don't want the thigh gap. And then I'll have these. Let me see how many petals. Let's count our petals so that y'all know. But you're going to need almost 3 whole rows of the red, white, and blue. Okay, so I want to count the blue for sure. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. So we need at least 13 stars. If we even want to add the stars, but I think it will add a nice contrast, but I'm not going to glue them until I go back in and fix that center. But I'll just kind of lay it out so you guys will kind of know what it looks like. And you probably really can't even see it. I'm not even counting. How many do we have? I should have counted. But it lays out evenly. Maybe if I bring it this way. Oh, and they all start to fall. But I'll get those glued on once I get the added red. So I need 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 more reds, and I definitely have enough pieces. So oh yeah. So there you go. So it'll stand like that. So the blue is right in the middle there. That's what I was doing, Catherine, was every other petal. But I generally, if I can't put all stars, I at least want to put 13. That's just my thing for the 13 original colonies. So that's what I try to do. All right, y'all. That's it. I will go back and add those extra petals. Challenge was accepted. This is a one and done. I will not make another one. So if you want it, you better go grab it. I will add the extra petals though. Oh, the lolly petal. Amy, Amy, you are still here. Let me show you that lolly petal real quick. And anybody else. And I'm actually going to show you on the red so it'll really stand out. Let me bring it back down. Oh, before I come down. So these are the 2 kits that are back in stock. Okay. So there is the ladybug kit. And there's the bee kit. So both of those are back in stock. So you can go grab those at monkeyscreations.com. Let me bring you back down. Oh, look, there's another blue. Where'd that come from? Oh, that was the extra. Okay. So the lolly petal. So you start it the same way. So 10 by 10, curl side up. Bring your corners together. Kind of line them up exactly like we just did with the Star Trek petal. Okay. how large. Oh, okay. I'll measure it in just a minute. And then I kind of turn it sideways and stretch it. See how it kind of stretches? And then I just pinch it right there in the middle. And then this part goes to the ceiling. And just walk it in. This part goes to the ceiling. And walk it in. And there's your lolly. So really easy. Stretch it, find your middle, and it's really just bring it in. See how I just kind of folded that in? And fold it in. Okay, so how big is this thing? Let's see. So even on the small board, this thing ends up being about 22 inches. You only have 5 done? You'll get it. Is that Senna the same one? It is, except yours was pink and this one's white. So I have this Senna in the white, the pink. I have the yellow. I have an orange. I got the orange for Halloween. And I have it in one more color. Black, I believe. Yeah, it's a decent size for sure. For sure, for sure. All right, y'all. That's it. Oh, I guess I can bring y'all back up. What is today? Today's only Tuesday. My Lord. I think that's it. So thanks for sticking with me. I see a few of y'all dropped out, but that's all right. Most of you stuck with me. Oh, I don't want to throw my clip away. So I'm not sure what I'm doing tomorrow, but right now I gotta fix this and I've got to do laundry, y'all, before my husband divorces me. All right, have an awesome day. Bye, y'all.